What's good, everyone? Partnerships and integrations are one of the best ways to generate traffic and new customers to your SaaS. We talked about it in a few videos in the past when we talk about growth hacking your way to success. And this is a great strategy. But then one question rose up. So if I am a small business, a small product with not a lot of customers, and I want to use partnerships and integrations to get more customers, how do I do it? How do I reach out to the bigger products, the bigger apps, and actually get them to agree to a partnership with me? That is a great question, and this video will answer this exact question. So what is the problem with partnering with bigger products? The main thing is that when you're smaller, you want to tap into their customer base. You are the person who has the most to gain from this partnership, and it's clear to you and to them. There's no reason to hide behind it. It is clear to everyone. The thing is, when you are going in and trying to just get something from them, you're trying to take value without bringing anything to the table. And partnerships are all about giving. You want to give to the other side. You want to make sure that you give value before you ask for any value in return. Kind of like Gary Vaynerchuk with his jab, right hook. That's it. I haven't read the book, but the concept we are all familiar with by now, hopefully. It's right for marketing, it's also right for business partnerships. So how do you get this partnership going when you don't actually have a lot to give? That is what we'll talk about. And the thing is to always keep in mind the idea that you are there to give them value, not to take value away from them. That is the most important thing. If you have that in mind, you will find ways to give value, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that as well. Let's jump in. So the first thing you want to make sure is that you come prepared. So you scheduled a call or emailed someone from a larger product that you want to partner with. You need to know what their product is, what they do, what do you want from them, what do you think your integration or partnership would look like, and also how can you each benefit from this partnership, as well as how can your customers benefit. That is super important. Don't just think about, I want to integrate with you because I want your customers. How? I don't know. Remind me again what product you are. I don't know. Let's think about it. No, that's unprofessional. And again, it gives the impression that you're there to take. That's not what you want to do. Come prepared. You are the person pitching this suggestion, so you need to know what you're talking about. I actually have a really good bad example that I experienced about 2 months ago. Someone wanted to integrate with Reconvert, our biggest app. And their product, I don't remember exactly what their product did, but it didn't have a natural integration with Reconvert. He scheduled a call. I was like, yeah, let's talk, let's connect. We talked. And I found myself having to kind of go through and explain to him what Reconvert did. I think I even shared my screen at some point and showed him. And that's fine. I have no problem doing that. But if you are reaching out to me, wanting to set up an integration, you had better know what my app does and what you want to do with the integration. He did not. All he knew was that he wanted to do an integration. And I told him that I'm not sure how our products would integrate together. There's nothing out of the box that I can think of. Maybe we can think about it in the future, but either way, right now with Reconvert, looking at the roadmap, it's not going to happen anytime soon. But we do have a different app, EasyCall, that had a very good integration with his product. I remember that it fit really well. Again, I don't remember the exact details, but it fit really well. And I thought that it would also give a much larger benefit to EasyCall than it would to Reconvert. He didn't care about it. He canceled the idea immediately. He only cared about integrating with Reconvert. And that attitude threw me off completely. I was like, I'm not gonna move an inch for this person. I am not going to help him. All he's trying to do is take from me. He wants the bigger product because he wants to be the one gaining all the value. If we integrate for EasyCall, I could still use the Reconvert resources to market the integration, and he would still get some way to tap into these customers. But he didn't care about what I needed, what my customers needed, and what made sense. All he cared about was to get exposure to my customers. And that's just not a good way to get started. It makes you seem like you're using the other person, and that's not a partnership. So make sure you come prepared with who are you talking to and what do you want from them. Whenever we reach out to a partner, we always know at least what their product is, what they do. We would ask questions to learn more about their business, but we would not ask basic questions of like, what do you do? How do you think we could integrate? How many customers do you have? No, we would ask more questions that are to the point and come up with our own ideas. Super important. Can you tell I'm a little frustrated? I think you can. Let's talk about point number 2. And this point is to take on most of the technical load. So as we mentioned, you have the most to gain from this integration, not your potential partner. So you need to be the one taking on most of the technical load. If you want an integration that would require hire development resources. Offer to do all of the work on your end and then only leave the last part on the partner's end, so they only have to do a little bit of work to make sure the integration works, and that's it. Why? Because the bigger the product is, the more complex it is, the more moving elements are in the roadmap and in the product management, and that would be more difficult for them to actually allocate resources even if they want to. And two, as I've said already 3 times in this video, but you are the person getting the most value. So the least you could do is kind of try to make it easier on your partner because you are the one getting the value. I hope this is clear. In a nutshell, to them, the integration is not necessarily worth the resources, but to you it is. That's all you have to know. Point number 3 is to start with giving. Yes, don't jump in and say, hey, give me your customers, give me access to your customers, let's do an integration. No, don't start there. Start with giving value. It could be an integration if you do believe that there is value to be given there. That's fine. But if you don't, maybe start by reaching out and kind of find ways to promote them. Here are some ideas. A quote roundup post that you're doing. This is a great vanity marketing thing to do that kind of gives them a place as experts, and you're reaching out, asking for something that is super easy for them to give and doing some marketing on your own for them. You could also ask them for some sort of a deal. Maybe you're doing an apps deal roundup post or something like that. We do it every year for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The first year was amazing. We reached out to a lot of new apps and created a lot of new relationships thanks to that, because we are actually marketing them for free. I mean, with the resources that we had. In the beginning, we didn't have a lot of resources, but it's still nice to see someone going out of their way to market you. You could also just feature them on your blog post or social media or whatever and let them know. Let them know, hey, I featured you here. Just wanted you to know I love what you're doing. Would you be free to hop on a quick call? Something super simple that doesn't ask for a lot. The idea here is that, again, we're going back to the whole jab, right hook. You're not asking for something. You're starting off by giving value, connecting with them, talking with them, asking them about their business, telling them a little bit about you, what you do. And then as you build a relationship, after a few interactions, you can actually ask for the integration. And now they know you, they are friendly with you, your colleges, never mind. You know what I mean. You're friendly and they might agree just based on that, just based on the fact that they want to help you because you have shown yourself as a high value person who is looking to give them value. This is one of the best ways that we have managed to actually get integrations in the beginning with much larger apps than us on the Shopify space. Point number 4 is that you want to be understanding if they can't fit you in the roadmap. Whatever it is the first touch point, or you've already been in communication for a few times and now you are asking for an integration and they say something like, look, we would love to, we see the value, or we would love to help you out, but we can't fit it in the roadmap right now. I'm sorry. Understand that. Be understanding that their roadmap is different than yours. Do not expect them to put you as a priority above their customers and their products. Makes sense, right? If you do get angry or frustrated by that, you just come across as spoiled and entitled. Every business has their own roadmap and their own priorities. No one is gonna put yours before theirs. That's it. We have gotten a lot of no's based on, oh, I can't do this right now because we don't have the resources. And at first it was frustrating, but we never got angry at them, even though it was frustrating. We basically said, okay, thank you for your time. Let's stay in touch. Let us know if it becomes relevant in the future. And sometimes it did. Sometimes even 2 years later, we got someone reaching out and saying, hey, remember this integration? Let's do it now. And maybe then we would be the ones saying, no, we can't fit it in the roadmap. You need to understand that the bigger the company is, as I said, the bigger the product is, there are more moving parts and it's more difficult to put these little things in because it would always be on the expense of something else that maybe they prioritize more. And point number 5, this is the last one, it's to continue the relationship. As I mentioned in point 3, you might not want to just go head first into let's do an integration. Maybe you want to start with just, okay, let's connect. Let's become friends. Let's have a professional relationship. Maybe let's meet up for coffee. Whatever works for you and them, it doesn't really matter. But whatever you already reached the goal and did the integration and whatever you didn't, you want to keep in touch. You want to continue to maybe let them know if you saw them featured somewhere. Maybe offer them other opportunities to be featured in your marketing. Maybe just give them a point of advice advice that you just saw or you heard someone talking about them, anything like that that you think is relevant, reach out, let them know. They will appreciate it. It will keep the relationship alive. To be honest, this is something Eric is amazing at. I'm not that good at just continuously reaching out to people, but this is super important if you want to keep the relationship alive and well for future integrations as well. Or, just because you like them, that's also possible. So these are some points on how to actually get the integration, but then what do you do once the integration is live? How do you make sure to actually get customers and get results out of it? We will have a full video talking about that as well. Now, I'm not sure which would come out first, this or the other one. So if the other one has already come up, you can see it here. If it hasn't, we'll have some recommendations from YouTube instead. And if it hasn't been published yet, just follow and, wait for it. We'll let you know when it's out.